Hey everyone. So I thought that I'd be talking to you about my hairstyle. See this fresh trim over here? Yep, got the from cutting the size. Just kidding. I'm not going to be talking to you about my hairstyle. What I'm actually going to be talking to you about is my life on buses. Yeah, or just the way I get to school. So usually, sorry, taking buses, and usually the way I get home from school. So usually in year seven, what would happen is that my I would either get picked up from school because I'm stupid, um, or I would walk over to the um Dartford, Dartford, Dartford West Hill Town Center Care, whatever. Um, but that wasn't really the best way, mainly because I wouldn't be getting home on time, mainly because sometimes it would take my dad like 12 minutes to get to my school. See, this was still in the period of time we were living in Dartford, and so that would have been up until the 30th of September, because during that period of time that I lived in Dartford, I had never taken a bus by myself. Fuck. Um. So, anyways, I had take. I used to take. I used to ask my dad if he could take me home to the place where I belong, West Virginia. Mountain Mama, take me home. I don't want this video to get copyrighted. Okay. All right. So, me living in a small town right now, like really small town, with two sheds that I talk to a spider for some reason. Like I don't know why I just talk to a spider. Sometimes what I how I get home from school is multiple choice. Usually usually if I see my usually if any of my it depends on what my friends are doing. If my friends are taking train, I'm taking train. If my friends are taking a bus to if my friends are taking a bus, then I take a bus. If my friends are fucking walking, then I'm fucking walking. Bruh, I live like 5 miles away from my school. No, I don't. Um, yeah, it's way more than 5 miles. It's like 33. So anyway, it's usually a long journey back home, to which stuff happens. And I'm gonna tell you about that stuff. Have you ever thought that you would be met up by a bunch of gangsters who would just do random tandem shit on the same fucking bus? Bruh, it gets so stupid. It, to the point. where I'm like, I am so fed up with these people. God sent me to a better bus. And yeah, I get that all the time. Mainly because it's a 492. Now, if you live in southern eastern England, like me, you're bound to take like those double decker buses home, especially if you go to the same school as me. And you live at least like, I don't know, 12 miles away from your home. I don't know. It's okay. So a 492. Now that wasn't the bus that caused me problems when I actually did take a bus, except for when there were like stone kids getting on the bus, chatting shit. Bruh, these same year sevens or year eights or whatever. I'm saying that because they were like 5 to 6 inches shorter than me, would come on the bus and start sitting at the front of the bus. And I honestly probably feel sorry for everyone who is on the top deck, like me. I usually sit at the top deck. So yeah, I once took a 492. I saw a bunch of Stone Lodge kids sitting at the front of a bus. And sometimes it gets even worse than that. Sometimes there's some kids who just there's some 10-year-old boys that come onto the bus topless. Like like that's the most that's honestly, I really shouldn't say that, but that's gotta be one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. It's just it's Be right back. Okay, so about those guys on the 492. Yeah, sorry about the long wait, by the way. About those guys on the 492. It was carnage. Those Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm surprised. Like I legit don't. Why should I be surprised? A 4-8, the 428. The 428 for crying out loud, man. The 428, the best bus for gangsters to be selling drugs on the top floor. Anyway, um, so I have been evicted. Right. So about those guys in the 428. It, I've been a victim of fighting 3 times. Well, two of them. One was actually started by me. So the first time was, let's say I didn't have much of a choice. Dude, what? There was some random dudes fighting me. It's like, and someone tried to separate me. I then broke their glasses. It was really, really bad. Honestly, I was hoping that I was not allowed to take any buses again. Next part. So there was this one guy. who was chatting shit. Bro was like 16 and I was like, I don't know, 13. Bro, that proves that I should never take a 492 again. Because he pinned me to a bar. He pinned me to a bar and then threatened me. Bro, I was about to call the police on you, you tit face bitch. And there was this one incident which actually had the police involved. Now, this incident had been going on for 8 fucking months. 8 fucking months. What the 8 months? So I was playing some video games on my phone. I had screen recording on, so I was actually screen recording the whole thing with my voice on. I don't have the recording anymore, unfortunately. Sake. No. At this point, I just give up. I just give up on my mom. I give up on her because she does she like she doesn't. Anyway, anyway, I was playing games. It started with them teasing me. And I'm like, leave me the alone. I'm trying to play a game here. And they're like, oh, continue your game, you tit-faced bitch. And then they started throwing hairbands at me. And I'm like, please just shut the up. And eventually, after they had been okay, honestly, the first time they the first time I was just minding my business. They were chatting weird about stuff that I shouldn't have listened to, but I felt like I had no other choice but to listen to. Then I was victimized by those girls. Then I was victimized by those girls that didn't even look like they were sub 20. Well, maybe they were sub 20, but they didn't look like they were school girls. Because if they were, this ain't America. In America, I don't know. I think in America there is no such thing as uniform, which is a good thing. I want to live in America because of that. But sometimes it was awful. It was like really really awful. I had I it went into a big brawl. I was honestly choking. I no legit. I was choking. I the police had got involved. The PC had gotten involved. The nurse at the nurse at Darrent Valley got involved. It was awful. I it felt like I had like a punctured lung, and this only happened on the 17th of July, 2024. So I was only in year 9, and this happened like 10 months ago. So yeah, those are all of the painful things that I've had on a bus, specifically those southern eastern buses that only only gangsters could enjoy. If you like this video, like it. If you loved it, subscribe. If you hated it, don't like or subscribe. It's it's your choice. Like, haters gonna hate. Um. Well, now I gotta go. I gotta help my mom with something that shouldn't even be my business. All right. Peace, and I'm out.